Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing this EZviz Smart Home Camera. So I was sent this product from EZviz, but all opinions expressed in this video are my own. They didn't give me any talking points, they just sent me the product. On the outside you can see the advertisements of AI-powered human vehicle shape detection, night vision, color night vision, and two-way talk, compatible with Google and Alexa. Let's go ahead and open up our box here. First thing we see here is a quick start guide. The camera itself, that is hefty. That's a solid metal construction there. And then over here, I think is gonna be our power for it. Let's see. So this quick start guide is actually just a QR code and then it telling you to go to their website and get their app. However, really the only thing of value is this QR code to go to the quick start guide. Inside of our packaging we have what looks like a connector with like a rubber gasket, some screws and mounting hardware here, a power source, and then our camera and a drill template. So this will tell you where to drill your holes so you can put it on the wall and have it right side up and everything. Alright, so let's go ahead and start the download of our quick start guide and the app. English. Alright, so we can see you can connect it to a router, wired style, or you can connect it via wireless, option B, and you can even install a micro SD card, which is something that I wish Eufy cameras would offer.
Please use EZviz app for device Wi-Fi configuration.
Alright, so as you can hear, I got the power all plugged into this guy. We got a flashing blue light. I have the EZviz app installed on my phone. And we're gonna go ahead and see if we can connect it here. And then on the bottom of your camera, or yeah, the security camera, is a QR code. And it found it. There we go. Device is powered on, hit next, flashy blue light. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and connect it to our Wi-Fi. Alright, and now it's taken us to this page here where we can now choose a name for
Wi-Fi. Please wait.
Sorry. Alright.
Wi-Fi connected.
I'm glad. Alright, so it's now connected to the Wi-Fi. It brought us to this page here where we can...
Platform registration successful.
Can you stop interrupting me? Good grief. I'm gonna rename the device. And we're gonna tell it that it's in the backyard. And then hit next.
Configuration complete. Welcome to EZviz.
Isn't that nice? And it can now see. It can see me. It can see you. What else you do? So let's go ahead and take this guy outside and we'll do the install. Alright you guys, so this is the spot where I want to hang this security camera to be able to keep an eye on my coveted raspberries. So it has a drilling template, but the instruction manual doesn't give any instructions on how to install this, including like what size hole to drill. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, I don't know, throw this guy up here like this. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'll just run the screws in and hope, I don't imagine it's gonna split these 8x8s here. Alright, got some holes drilled. Let's go ahead and mount our camera. Alright, so the first thing I did, and the first thing you'll probably end up wanting to do, is go ahead and unscrew this part of the base from the camera itself. That way this can pull out and it'll give you easier access to all of those holes before you mount it up. Also, this base has a little notch in it. Can you see that there? That notch is for this power cord to come out. So you'll want to make sure that that aligns in a direction, whether it's up, down, left, or right, that's cohesive to the installation of your cameras. All right, we got that base mounted. We're gonna go ahead and slide this guy on. Just went ahead and lined that up, pulled the cord out here while pushing it in. There we go. So next we want to connect our power connector. If you don't have Wi-Fi and you want to run this via direct Ethernet connection, you can run an Ethernet cable to right here. I won't be using this Ethernet port, but if you wanted to use it and use this waterproof connection, what you'll need to do is get the little rubber ring here. You'll put that on first here at the bottom of the connection. Bring that on and then twist that to lock it. And then this will go around your Ethernet cable here. And then that will go into this hole where your Ethernet cable will already be plugged in. And then you have a little cap here that comes on there, and then we'll screw on just like that. That'll protect an Ethernet cable there. Now for our power cable, no waterproof connection offered here. You just plug it in, and then I happen to have an electrical outlet right here, so we're just gonna go ahead and plug it in right here. Tuck our cables up and out of the way. All right, the camera is turning on. Let's see if we can get it reconnected here. We have a live connection from our camera here. Let's go ahead and start our screen recording on my phone here so you can see it. And we're recording. Hi. I don't know if you can hear in the app here. Check, check. I don't hear anything. Let's see. Hello, can you hear me? Oh. Loading. Oh. Wow. That is really loud. Okay. Turn down the volume. But as you can see right here is my raspberry plant trying to grow. And it's now recording me walking up, saying hello to the camera. You can see our 2K video quality here, and hopefully it's recording audio at the same time. We'll go ahead and drop these guys all in together so you can compare. Like, we have my Canon camera here, we've got our security camera here, and this is just the screen recording here on my phone. Which one is better? How well does it perform? How well can you hear me? For a 2K camera, I must say, it's not as good as I was hoping, but there it is. I was gonna take you inside, but I forgot a couple of things. First off, the audio on this, by default, is turned off, so you can't hear or talk to them without like forcing it to like hear you. So I went into the settings and turned on audio. Turned the audio on so that it is listening when the video is recording, but I also forgot to put in an SD card so it can record everything. So right now it is defaulted to save to the cloud, which it gives you a 7-day free trial, but I happen to have a micro SD card that we can use, so we're gonna go ahead and install that. That process is pretty simple, I hope. Just got a couple of Phillips head screws in the bottom of this here. These are smaller Phillips screws, so you'll probably want to make sure you have like a #1 Phillips head. There we go. Inserting instructions, there doesn't seem to be anything here. The metal tabs on the back of your micro SD card will go towards the base mount, so the logo will go towards the lens. Right? Yeah. And then you'll need fingernails, real small hands, or I'm just going to use a screwdriver to click that up in there. Let's go ahead and open up the app and see if it shows up. And then we'll click on the SD card. It does have one inserted, so let's go ahead and restart it. Oh, there we go, just reopened it and it's showing SD card is uninitialized. Please initialize it before recording. So we're gonna go ahead and initialize it, format it, Make sure that you don't have anything on that SD card that you want to save. All right, so now it's showing that it's completed its format on there. We can switch it over to SD card. When you're on your EZviz home screen, you can go ahead and click the 3 buttons in the bottom right hand corner and then go into device settings. Here we can, like I mentioned, audio settings. You'll have to turn audio on so that it will play audio when recording video. All right, and then to disable it from cloud use and start saving on the SD card, you'll go into Cloud Play, hit the 3 dots in the top right corner, click on this record settings and flip that switch from the blue till it's gray as off. And then now it's going to force all recordings to go to our memory card here. So if we jump out here, go to our camera, it should have audio now. So here we can do an audio test of like me, like an arm's length from it. I'm now touching the camera, that's how close I am. All right, you guys, so I've been running into like here and there little things, and it's not like big issues. It's like when I thought it was recording, it wasn't recording. As you saw in those segments, like I didn't have the audio turned on, and now I have sound turned on. And this is a video clip I was able to capture. This is at night, so it's gonna show us how it performs at night and what the sound quality is like at the same time. So here's that clip right now. So how does it sound from over here? This is night vision. Hopefully you're recording, hopefully you're getting audio. Can you hear me over the wind? There's a light breeze going on. Let's see how it looks. All right, so not bad. The things that really need to be brought up, and there's probably 5 bullet points of like, hey, these things stood out to me. So number 1 is that image quality doesn't, like, when I think of 2K, I'm thinking like half of 4K, but really it's like a quarter of 4K, which is arguably close to 1080p. If you look up the actual technical specifications of 2K, it means it has to have 2000 pixels, I think horizontal, and standard 1080p video, which is what I record on this, you know, camera here, is 1920 by 1080. 1920 is only about 80 pixels away from 2K. Well, all the video I'm getting out of this is, it's actually 2304 by 1296, and the image quality, as you can tell, like this is 1080 and it looks a lot better. That's because they're using a 3 megapixel sensor. So technically, yes, it's 2K. Is it good 2K? I wouldn't go that far. That video clip was granted at night, and it was using like the night vision mode. So it has LED lights that shine out, and so that's the light it puts out on its own at night, which is a very bright light for these little LEDs. And you can hear me. Wind noise is definitely can be a thing. So if you're trying to hear somebody talk and there's any wind, it'll definitely interrupt being able to hear them. But number 1 thing was like, is it 2K? Also, I was gonna mention, while it is 2K, it's also only recording at 15 frames per second, which is a little odd. Is it really 2K? Like technically the file size is 2K, but it's using a 3 megapixel sensor, which I think smartphones haven't used 3 megapixels since the first Galaxy phones. I don't know, that's not great, 3 megapixels. Number 2 is going to be the user interface. Using it just as like, hey, view it, download it, anything normal, actually decent. It's fine, you can figure it out. It's like you don't need instructions. But it's not, if you want to do anything else, like, hey, let's go in and like, can I modify the resolution settings to always record in 2K or buff it down to 1080p in hopes of it looking a little bit better? I've heard that like if you take 2K, something that records in 2K, and then you put it out in 1080p, it does look better, but it isn't intuitive, and there are no instructions on how to do those things. So number 2 is the user interface was not spectacular, but works for the average use. Number 3, I kind of already touched on it. There's no user's manual. Like, there's no instruction manual on how to install it. There's like some basics of like, hey, this is what's in the package, but that's, and like how to download the app, but that's it. Like, there's nothing on like, here is how you use this product. You just kind of have to figure it out yourself, which is mostly what I do anyway, but a lot of other users would prefer to be able to read a manual and find answers, where this one doesn't have a legitimate user's manual. Number 4 is cable management. It is fairly simple, where it has those 2 plugs coming out, one for Ethernet and then one for power, and then you can plug it right into a power outlet. But like, the power cord is kind of short. I don't know, 3, maybe 4 feet long, and you have to have like an actual like 110 outlet to plug it into. So if you want to like if you're like doing home security, like how many people actually have an outlet that's somewhere where they'd want to have a security camera? So like, are we running an extension cord out there, or am I having to like punch a hole in a wall and then like thread that end through? I don't know. I'm not super stoked about that. I don't know how other security systems do it. I imagine most of those are a hardwired system into a direct wire, like you have to hire an electrician and all that. But my own security system that I've had before, and I've done many videos on before, EZviz, a lot of their stuff is either wireless or replaces like an actual wired outlet that's already there. Like my floodlight camera, it just replaced the floodlight, and so now it plugs into the power that was there. My wall cam, that one also just replaces the one there. So it's not all bad, but you definitely have some accommodations for this product, and of course that kind of comes with products at this price point. At the very least, I wish they could have at least given us something for cable management, some like Velcro ties, some hooks, or some cable keepers, anything like that, but there wasn't really anything that way. And then the last thing is, it is made in China. A lot of products these days are still made in China, but I also understand that some people may be concerned with that, especially in today's climate. Do with that information what you will, but overall it does have the solid outer construction build quality. It works on Wi-Fi. You have an expandable memory, which is something I've always been asking for from EZviz, is to have expandable memory on their stuff, rather than like having to have a home base and expand memory from there. I want to expand memory directly on the device, which is a nice feature on this. And installation, even though there are no instructions, it is reasonably easy to set up, install it, and get everything up and going. I obviously did it without instructions because there are none. So that's kind of it that I have to say about this EZviz security camera. The Wi-Fi works fine. The AI detection does work, so it knows when it's looking at like a person or something that's an active object. A lot of times it just like thinks my dog is a human, but so does EZviz. So once everyone else can figure out what a dog is versus a human, then I'll be fine. But in the meantime, I'm fine with it knowing, hey, there's motion, and knowing that like, hey, these are leaves versus this is like a living object. If you have questions about this or anything else, leave those in the comments below. If you want to get this camera for yourself, I'll have it be in the first link down in the description of this video, as well as up in the corner if you're watching this here on YouTube. I'll also link a playlist to my other home security cameras and everything else I've done for my home security, so you can get an idea of where I'm coming from when I give the review on this one. I am an Amazon affiliate, so using those links down in the description do help to support this channel with no additional cost to you. So go ahead and click those Amazon links and do your shopping from there with, again, no additional cost to you. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I was sent this product to review, but all of the opinions expressed in this video are my own, as you can probably assume. If you think I've earned it, please consider subscribing so you can see more videos in the future. Hit that thumbs up button if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video.